right, guys. Welcome to American Whiskey, guys. Before we get started, we want to shout out Lake Erie Distillery, one of the best crafted distilleries in Ohio, maybe the United States, maybe the world. I don't know. They use non-GMO products. They're gluten-free. And guys, I'm pretty sure almost everything that they use is locally sourced. And you can't beat that. We love those guys. We've got Ghost right here in our decanter. Ghost there. Sorry, but that's our favorite. We've also got a Juniors. Is that the whiskey we got? I think we have a really good quality. Okay. All right, so we're about to get started here. If you're looking for a unique wine experience, check out Burned Out Winery. Founded by a team of siblings who turned their passion for winemaking into a thriving business. They focus on crafting exceptional small batch wines from Moscato to tart cherry and spiced apple to their delightful sangrias. There's something for everyone. Each bottle tells a story, complete with a creative name that reflects their journey. Their wines are not only fantastic, but they're also affordable, making them a great choice for any occasion. You can easily order online at burnedoutwinery.com or connect with them on Facebook. They deliver. Whether you're local or out of state, they'll ship right to your front door. Support this hardworking team and savor the taste of Burned Out Winery. This is Big Sturge with American Whiskey. Discover the taste of freshness at Schoolhouse Farms. Join Vaughn Davis and Beth Cole, passionate bird watchers and friends from York County, Maine, as they transform their love for nature into a thriving business. Since 2016, they have been dedicated to growing and distributing premium sunflower kernels, oils, gourmet popcorn, and heirloom grain products like corn, flour, and grits. What do they offer? Birdseed suppliers, high quality black oil sunflower seeds for local markets. Food retailers, a selection of sunflower oils, roasted kernels, gourmet popcorn, and heirloom cornmeal. Online shoppers enjoy gourmet popcorn and confection sunflower kernels from the comfort of your home. Floral markets, stunning sunflowers for Ohio-based florists. Distillers, specialty grains for brewing and distillation. Popcorn vendors, are you a kettle corn vendor? Talk to Vaughn or Beth about supplying your business with the lowest cost, high quality mushroom popcorn in the industry. Taste the difference. Customers can shop for delicious sunflower kernels, popcorn, flavored oils, and heirloom cornmeal and grits directly on their website or at selected retail stores and farmers markets across Ohio, Indiana, Maine, and New Hampshire. Their name pays tribute to the historic Freysinger School, built in 1862 on Davis Farms property. This one-room schoolhouse has a rich history, having served the community until 1939. Are you ready to connect? If there's an exciting opportunity to discuss, they would love to hear from you. Follow Schoolhouse Farms on Facebook today and become part of the community. This is Big Sturge with American Whiskey. Welcome back to American Whiskey. I'm your host, Big Sturge. And today we're going to be unpacking, a really significant and honestly controversial chapter in American whiskey, in American history. We not only do we love the whiskey, but we like to turn up when it talks about America. And the Ruby Ridge standoff is what we want to talk about tonight. And with me, as always, are my trusty co-hosts, Justice League and Peanut.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
And how's everyone that's watching? Probably nobody. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good over here.
Well, it's nice to hear from you guys. But I'm doing great, Sturge. Excited to dive into this topic. It's a wild ride for sure.
I'm ready to sip and solve. And we're definitely going to need some whiskey to wash this one down.
All right, I'm in. You want to do?
We need some whiskey.
We need some whiskey.
Yeah,
This episode here, this is the Ruby Ridge.
Sturge, let's cheers it.
Let's talk about Ruby Ridge. No, are you gonna fake drink it out of a glass? He's gonna fake drink it out of a glass. That's my favorite way to do it too. But I like to personally do it out of a shot glass to prove that I'm not.
You see that?
Faking it.
Cheers,
You see the
boys.
line?
So, Peanut, you said you're ready to sip and solve, right?
I am ready, Sturge.
All right. Well, let me set the stage here. Ruby Ridge is a remote area in Idaho. It's well known, for its beautiful landscapes and the isolation. We dream of that. You know what I mean? If you're Peanut or I, we just dream of being in a cabin by ourselves in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
And honestly, Idaho, gorgeous place to do so. And this was in late 1980s, I believe. Randy Weaver, a former Army veteran, not only just a Army guy, he was a
Green Beret.
Green Beret. Thank you. And his family moved to Ruby Ridge in search of a self-efficient lifestyle.
So Randy was a man who had very specific beliefs about government, personal sovereignty, and gun rights. He was drawn into extremist circles, which would later complicate his situation dramatically.
And if you have to understand,
What?
This was during a time of many people felt distrustful of the government. The 1990s saw a rise in various militia movements and anti-government groups. This context.
Listen, Peanut, before we had Jasmine say, Dylan, don't be jelly of his clean line beard. I'm assuming he's talking about my onesie and my beard. I don't know.
But she did say peanut rocks.
Peanut. I don't want to get in detail. So exactly, Peanut. I love everything about you. And honestly, let's set the scene for 1991, shall we?
Let's do it.
Randy got indicted for selling, firearms. What I believe it was a sawed-off shotgun. He had a shotgun somebody needed sawed off, and I guess that got him indicted. And this was the beginning of the end, to put him directly in the crossfires, guys. That that right there, the crossfires for the federal agents. Let's fast forward here, Dylan.
So we're going to talk about the arrest attempt. Fast forward to August 21st, 1992. Federal agents attempted to arrest Randy Weaver. This is where things get, I would say, very chaotic.
Yeah, right, guys. There was a confrontation between marshals and the Weaver family. A U.S. Marshal named William Deegan was killed in the initial conflict, which escalated the situation dramatically.
Well, I mean, you got killed because you killed a man's son. You kill a man's son for no reason at fucking all. You've got a fucking bullet point on your forehead.
I mean, all of us
deserve to die.
All of us would do the same thing.
Right.
And it's important to note that, at the Weavers, they were well armed. And not only that, they're able to back up when things happen. They believed that the government was coming to take them down. And to be honest with you, I think this kind of proves, there's a reason why he died.
Correct.
You don't fire on somebody for no fucking reason. This fear led to a standoff, and this would last over a week. And I want you to hit on this because you were talking about earlier about those 11 days.
So during the 11 days, the FBI surrounded the property. Tensions mounted, and the media began to cover the story intensively, turning it to a national spectacle.
Hey, let's talk about the media for a moment. This coverage was sensationalized. They painted Randy as a hero to some, and then other media's painted him as a villain.
A villain?
A villain. I said that.
Was
right?
that a mix between vanilla and villain?
We've been drinking. It's okay.
I mean, you get it. You guys.
I know.
get it.
Honestly, I do.
Flavor.
It really polarized the influence.
And I
public
think
opinion.
that's a good way. It polarized it. It's a photo. It's absolutely, brother. And it's fascinating. But again, is it a bit alarming? How the narratives can take hold of a situation. Some people saw this as a battle for freedom, personal freedom, to be specific, while others view this as a dangerous standoff with violent extremists. And here's what's interesting. It doesn't matter whether you're extremist or whether you're a law-abiding citizen or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Nobody deserves to have their fucking son shot because they're going down their hunting trails to figure out what the noise is. They shot, they got killed. And this is what started this standoff.
Who fired first?
I'm sorry.
No.
Was it Randy? Not Randy and his guys.
No, it was,
So I'm sure we're going to get to it because this could have been a lot worse than the tragedy it already was. It was pre-social media, but the media still had a massive impact. It sparked debates on gun rights, government overreach, and personal liberties that resonate even today.
And let's get to the tragic climax of the actual situation. On August 31st, a sniper shot and I won't even say killed, murdered Vicky Weaver while she was holding her infant daughter. And that's the moment that changed everything.
So, Sturge, I'm going to cut in real quick. We're already over 11 days into this. And we brought up that Randy had some extremist views, which down the road from his house, which we've watched and we've read about and learned about, was a white separatist group that was armed pretty heavily.
Yeah.
At any moment, they could have been like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to go and help them. This could have turned so bad for the government. But you know what? They were like, we're going to stay out of it.
Yep. You're right.
It's hard to oversight the significance of that shot. Vicky's death turned public opinion and ignited a firestorm of outrage. Many felt it was an example of government overreach.
So this was a pivotal moment. It shifted the narrative from a simple standoff to a national tragedy. People began to rally around the Weaver family, and it led to protests against the government.
The most interesting part of this is not the standoff itself, not the fucking murders that the government set in place, because they were so upset over a misdemeanor.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess. So the interesting part about all this is after the standoff, Randy Weaver was tried for various charges. But here's my favorite word of all times. he was acquitted of most serious ones. The fallout was immense, guys, setting the stage for future militia movements.
Because can you even blame the guy? You literally just killed his kid. You killed his wife.
Holding your baby.
You don't think that he's going to stay inside and hold out against you?
Yeah, I mean,
Because in his mind, if I walk out that door, I'm getting shot.
Yeah.
So we can directly trace some of this anti-government rhetoric back to Ruby Ridge. It became a rallying cry for those who felt marginalized by the government.
It's also worth mentioning the lessons learned. This incident prompted discussions about how law enforcement engages in individuals they perceive as threats.
and you know what, Peanut? Exactly. It's a case study in how communication, or shall I say the lack of, thereof, I should say, can lead to a catastrophic outcome, which we see here.
So I knew we took a moment earlier to sip some whiskey. We can do it again if you guys want.
I do. I do.
But what were we drinking?
No, I'm still drinking it,
Well,
dude. Peanut.
I'm not saying we're done.
Well, Peanut's never had Traveler, so today I was like, you know something? Let's sip a little Traveler, because we got a little rule here in American whiskey. If we're out and about somewhere and we hand you something, say, hey, hold this, you have to end up buying it. Well, you see this big bottle here of Traveler. It was somewhere, and I think Justice League said, hey, Peanut, hold it. He held it.
No, I pointed out to you and I said, dude, I've never seen one that big. And you grabbed it and you were like, dude, they make it in a liter.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, Peanut, look at this, and handed it to him. You're like, oh, shit.
Got him. So he had to buy it. It's the
They
rule of
got
the
me.
studio. So tonight we're sipping on some Traveler. I've got a Mick Ultra.
So I took a shot out of Bowen Brothers Small Batch, which is phenomenal because what do we call it? Poor man's E.H. Taylor.
It actually is.
And I'm drinking the good old Bush
If you don't
Light.
believe it, look it up. I think we're gonna go live here in a second with after we're done with this. We're gonna go live with Scotchy Bourbon. So, and we're gonna tell them, see if they know.
Oh yeah. I got a Bush latte and
And a tampon. So
I got some this tea whiskey.
Yeah, that's your tampon.
Yeah.
where are
It's
we?
good, though.
Where are we at here, fellas? I mean,
It was right after we were talking about taking
Yeah.
a sip of whiskey.
yeah.
So
Justice, you know where we're at, so take on.
Peanut, you talked about a fantastic rye.
Yeah, it's bold and complex, just like the story we're unpacking here.
I mean, listen, we here's the funny thing. I'm not a rye guy. Dylan's a rye guy. You're a rye guy. We've had a lot of drinks tonight, and a lot of them's been rye. These two,
Yeah.
these, I had to make a rye moonshine because these fellas love rye.
Which is weird, Sturge, because when I first divulged into
You
this
were not
whiskey
a rye
world,
guy, dude.
every time they would give me a rye, I was like, dude, this
He
is
hated 'em.
ass.
Now he loves that spice of a rye. I had to make it, so I did a chocolate wheat. And then I had to make it a chocolate wheat rye because these fellas love the rye. If you'd never had chocolate rye whiskey, holler.
Gordon, I said that because you're never going
Gordon,
to catch
shut
me
the fuck up for
slipping.
a second, Lee.
If I would have just said I've never
Levi,
had one this big,
time out.
you would have freaking hit me hard on that.
Guys, listen, let's cheers to everything going on here. But so as we sip and we reflect on, what this means to us today,
Cheers, brother.
how can we handle disagreements in our society without escalating to violence? It seems like that's exactly what happens. And I think that's a crucial question, Justice.
Well, it is a crucial question. It's about dialogue and understanding that people have different perspectives, values, but we need to find common ground, which is one thing that government doesn't tend to agree with.
And what, Peanut, go ahead, buddy.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I always interrupt. I'm known
Ruby
for it.
Ridge serves as a reminder of potential consequences when we fail to communicate effectively.
Yeah.
And it was a communication failure.
It was either it was a communication issue, or they fucked up and didn't want to admit it like they did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it.
We got to remember this is the led by the same ATF agent that led to Waco.
Well, yeah, this has happened first, and then guess what? Here comes Waco. Same fucking thing happens.
Same
Now,
agent in charge.
As we wrap up today's episode, we want to know what you guys think, is the lasting legacy of Ruby Ridge. What is the legacy that they leave? Anything at all? Or is there something to learn from? Go ahead, Justice.
For me, it's the fragility of civil discourse.
Yeah.
That's
good.
We need to safeguard that if we want to avoid such tragedies in the future, that there has to be common ground between what is your natural rights and government.
And I see Peanut over there about the chirp. I mean, I think it's the importance of empathy.
Exactly. It's the understanding where someone is coming from can make all the difference in resolving conflicts peacefully.
And guys, honestly, I think that's a good place to put it. Well said, gentlemen. Ruby Ridge and Waco is something we've gone back and forth about. Guys, we're not some anti-government, but I'm telling you, if you trust everything the government's telling you, you're probably on drugs. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, Sturge, there's one more thing we need to hit on here.
Let's do it, buddy.
And it's the fact that this was so fucked up by the government that Randy actually won his lawsuits.
Yeah.
Got acquitted of all this, and the government had to pay him out well over $1 million. Which at the grand scheme
you
of things,
don't win $1 million unless you're right.
No, at the grand scheme of things, what if he had rathered of facing his misdemeanor in court or getting $1 million or having his family there?
Well, and the sad part is, the government had to pay out this money, but where did it come from? Us, the people.
That's right.
So
because they fucked up and they didn't know how else to pay it. You know what I mean? That's what they always do. But guys, it's well said tonight, gentlemen. And honestly, I want to thank you guys for being willing on your guy. I know, listen, we all work. We all work the next day. We got a hero right here in front of us tonight that works in the prison, and then we got a railroader over here, and I'm just an apartment maintenance guy, and whatever. And our producer, let's not forget him. We never shout him out. We've got Levi Denson learning it and really killing it here in the productions, and we love the guy. He's done a great job. But thank you for diving deep into this Ruby Ridge conflict. It's a heavy topic, but it's crucial for us to explore the events that ultimately shape our understanding of freedom and of the government. And guys, the biggest thing of all, it's a random Thursday night. We can't do anything tomorrow, but don't worry. We'll all be here. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a Rando Friday. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? But what we do is thank you for what do we do?
You said do.
What do we do? We thank you for tuning in to American Whiskey. Join us next time for more stories, discussions, and of course, whiskey. That's what we like the most. We're about to hop on to
Scotchy Bourbon
Boys if they let us on. I messaged him for like 2 straight weeks. He didn't respond, but now he wants us on. We'll see what he's got to say. Until then, keep questioning, keep sipping, and stay curious. Sorry, I'm drunk. Guys, I love you so much. We're really excited about this sip and solve. I don't know if we're getting on tomorrow night. I mean, if I leave it up to Justice League, we'll be on tomorrow night. The guy just wants to record for you guys.
Guys, 99% chance we're throwing a rando on tomorrow.
It's a 9.
Just letting you know.
Are you in?
You know me. I'm always in.
Levi? That's all right. Producers in, we're in.
Tomorrow might be a drunken subscription episode. I don't know yet. Probably
we're thinking about it, dude. We're thinking about it. Big Sturge.
Justice League.
The peanut.
Hey. Levi, come over. Oh.
Levy.
I got you the producer. And we are. Come here. We are American Whiskey. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. I know you love my onesie. If you didn't get a Christmas card, you better send your address because they're getting sent out tomorrow. Love you. Bye.